Welcome to today's webinar. My name is Kara Kurtz, and I am the coordinator for both ASTA and NACTA. I will be today's organizer for the presentation. We are happy to welcome today's presenter, Ms. Jerry Urbanowski with CIE Tours. She is their training and development facilitator. Since starting with CIE Tours in 2013, Jerry has provided support for all inside sales teams as well as the directors of sales throughout the country. Most recently, Jerry has helped provide training for our reservation staff and looks forward to bringing her Ireland and Britain experience to our travel professionals. Before we get started, I'd like to point out a few important features on your screen that will allow you to interact with us today via the web. We will be answering all your questions at the end of this presentation, so to ask a question, you will be using your GoToWebinars pane. Near the bottom of this pane, there is an area that says questions. If you click the arrow next to where it says questions, it will open up a window pane that will allow you to communicate with us. If you're having trouble hearing the presentation, I recommend that you make sure your speakers are turned all the way up. If that doesn't rectify the problem, I recommend that you hang up and try dialing back in again. You can send me any technical issues via this questions pane, and I will try to my best ability to answer them. Please note that all audience attendants are muted today. We certainly want to hear from you, but we have so many people on this call that background noise would be prohibitive. And we want to ensure that everyone can hear this entire presentation. Jerry and CIE Tours, today's presenters, have a very special announcement to a winner who is on the presentation from beginning to end. Jerry will be giving you a special webinar prize. Finally, please note that this webinar is being recorded and will be available for your on-demand viewing at NACTA.com by early next week. Now, without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce Jerry. Jerry, let's go ahead and get started.
Oh my goodness, thank you, Kara. What a great introduction. Welcome everybody. Happy Monday. It's a great time. Busy time for us all in travel. So thank you for your time with us today. It's always helpful to put a face with a name. So there you go. Again, Jerry Urbanowski. I'm the training and development facilitator here at CIE Tours. And I've been really lucky. In my 4.5 years here, I've worked very closely with our inside teams, whether it's groups, reservations, or private driver, as well as our outside staff. They're out on the road supporting you. So please make a note if you need anything. Feel free to reach out to me. If you don't know who your BDM is for your region, please let me know. I can introduce you, and I will be sharing my contact details at the end of our time together today. So a little bit about me is over. That's great. Let's talk about CIE Tours, shall we? So at the end of our time together, I would hope that when you think of Ireland, England, Scotland, and Wales, that you certainly think of CIE first. We've been bringing our clients to this very special part of the world for a long time, over 85 years actually. And we have offices in Morristown, New Jersey, that's where I'm coming to you today from, Dublin, Ireland, and Cardiff, Wales. And we offer your clients so many different ways to travel. So our shared guided vacations might be what we are best known for, or motor coach escorted tours, if you will. But we also can do custom guided vacations. And we offer independent travel, our private driver vacations. Those have become so popular over the last few years. And we'll talk a little more about that later. We have our self-drive programs, perhaps for the more adventurous traveler. And for 2018, this is new and it's doing really well. Our smaller group departures, a maximum of 26 passengers on board, select shared guided vacations. I get super excited to share this slide with people because I think it really does prove that CIE Tours is truly a niche tour operator. With over 50 choices for 2018, I believe it. There's truly a guided vacation for everybody. And remember, if your clients want something perhaps a little more private, tailored for them, we can look at one of these 53 plus tours and mirror it but using a private driver. So, 21 different itineraries for Ireland, 53 choices in total as far as itineraries go, ranging from 5 to 24 days using 3, 4, 5-star castle hotels. Our guided vacations are really quite amazing, giving your clients so many different choices. So let's talk about what sets us apart from our competition. Besides our passionate sales team and reservation staff, something else that really sets us apart from the rest when it comes to those guided vacations, there is one price, no hidden extras. So what does that mean? Well, it means that all the visits, meals, and tours is all included in your land tour price. It means that our tour directors and guides focus on providing your clients with the best experience possible, not on selling. So some of our competitors might arrive at a visit like the Rock of Cashel, and the tour director will say, okay, everyone that wants to visit the Rock of Cashel, it will be X dollars. Now your clients are digging for the credit card once again, or taking out the cash to pay to get in. Not fun and not fair. Now, on a CIE tour, the tour director will have time to talk about the visit and what makes it special and fun, why we're bringing them there. When your clients arrive, they go right on in and they get to enjoy it. And you, the agent, can rest easy, knowing that your clients not only get a wonderful stress-free experience, but that you're making commission on the total package. So that's right, you get commission based on everything up front, hotels, meals, visits, and tours. It's really a win-win for everybody, and it does make for a good booking, selling experience, as well as a great time out there on the road when the vacation has finally arrived. We at CIE are your true financial partners. We share all the commission with you up front, and we strive to make the entire experience great for everybody, both client and agent. And this here really gives you a bird's eye view of CIE amongst the competition. A big takeaway here should be that CIE is Irish owned. We're actually owned by the Irish government, and again, we've been in business for over 80 years, cultivating our relationships with hotels, restaurants, and visitor attractions. These strong relationships result in a very competitive pricing, but also the ability to get dates at premier properties for our clients when others can't even have the conversation. Another important point, our guides, our tour directors, they're local to the area your clients will be exploring. Now this is huge. Having someone from the area that you're exploring really adds such a special touch. You not only learn about the beautiful places and history, but what it's like to live there and grow up there. So we're going to jump into the different ways to travel with CIE. We'll start with the independent travel. So for the self-drive, that's offered throughout all of Ireland. We use Hertz car rental exclusively, and they offer both automatic and, yes, automatic and manual transmission. Now, no matter which way your clients want to drive, please remind them they will be driving on the other side of the road. Now, the great thing is we have over 118 hotels in our portfolio. That's a pretty big number when you remember that we focus on Ireland, Scotland, England, and Wales. So having that many hotels to choose from really allows us to help you create amazing itineraries that are really going to wow your clients. And with the self-drive, we can do B&Bs, hotels, manor houses, even castle hotels, or perhaps a mix of all of that. Now, under independent travel, our private driver can fall under that category as well. I will get into a bit more detail on that as we move on. Now, let's talk about our shared guided vacations or motor coach escorted tours. As I mentioned earlier, 53 choices for 2018, the biggest selection out there, of course, with multiple departure dates. Keep in mind, if you decide to do a group with CIE, and a group is 10 or more people, it's a great way for you to sell confidently knowing your space is there. So let's say you have clients that love the Best of Ireland South Tour. They've mentioned that friends and family will be joining them, and they have people ready to book right away. Putting aside that group space might be the best way to go. You know the space is there without being nervous each time you call reservations for the date that they're interested in. Keep in mind, when you do groups with CIE, there's loads of support that we can give you. 50-50 co-op. Once you're confirmed, we can create flyers for you, share those with your clients, through email, on Facebook, or even print them out. We will print them and ship them to you. Now I haven't even mentioned, we have our directors of sales for your different regions. They are there to support you every step of the way, especially when it comes to groups. And you can get a bit creative. So let's say you're a group of 15 people going over to Ireland on that tour I mentioned, Best of Ireland South. They want it to just be their group on board. Yes, we can certainly look into making it an exclusive departure. Now, if they have 36 or more people, the additional fee would actually be waived. And we have different size vehicles, by the way, as well. So we can do exclusive with as few as 10 people. But keep in mind, if it grows and you have 36 or more, that additional fee is waived. Now, in case those 53 guided vacations, if they don't cover your client's needs, it does happen time to time, we can do a custom guided vacation to create something totally unique for your clients. You can see a few examples here, perhaps a literary or a garden group. Maybe they just want tons of extra time for shopping and enjoying the spas. Family heritage groups are huge, exploring the history of their ancestors and where they were from. Faith-based, sporting enthusiasts, the list can really go on, and we've helped so many different theme groups. No matter the reason for needing to do a custom guided vacation, you can still get that same support that I mentioned earlier. Again, we can do this with 10 or more people. Now, it's important to know how your clients will be getting around as they travel on a guided vacation. So whether it's customized or one of our brochure tours. So these are state-of-the-art vehicles, free Wi-Fi on board, tons of legroom, panoramic windows. Of course, the seats do go back a bit, so it can get very comfy. Individual climate control. And yes, there is a bathroom on board, but just keep in mind, it is not used when the vehicle's in motion. That is an Irish and British law. But we can always pull over. Now, why would I mention that? I want you to know that clients are really never on board longer than an hour and a half, hour 45 max. And it's our job to really keep everybody happy and comfortable. And I do suggest, if your clients are first-timers to Ireland, to do, check out those guided vacations, because as you go place to place, you'll have your fantastic driver guide, maybe you'll have Eamon here, who will be providing commentary each day. You might look out the window, you're doing a self-drive, you're a bit concerned about being on the different side of the road, you want to make sure you're getting everywhere on time, you have your eye on your directions or GPS. You might pass, let's say, some castle ruins out the window and think, oh, what is that? You keep driving and that's the day. If you're traveling with Eamon here, he will give you a bit of insight into those castle ruins, maybe the history behind it, of the area, what they might be planning to do with it. It's just a nice way to really take in that experience. And like I said, very comfortable when you're on board, and never on board too long. Tons of photo stops, comfort stops along the route each day. And again, you're a bit higher off the ground in this vehicle, so you can see a lot, and you can get some really good pictures without ever leaving the motor coach. Now, private driver is another fun way to take in Ireland, but also all of Britain, England, Scotland, and Wales. Now, usually when we hear chauffeur or private driver, we might assume deluxe 5-star vacations, and CIE can certainly accommodate that. But keep in mind, 118 hotels in the portfolio, so we can get very creative, but also offer tons of different locations. Hotels, manor homes, and again, those 5-star properties. Private driver accommodates 1 to 9 passengers. If the group grows to be 10 or more, no worries. Our group department can certainly handle the booking. And the greatest thing about private driver, in my opinion, is we can pre-book as many or as few attractions and visits as clients would like. This really gives them total freedom and flexibility each day. Because it's really about moments like this, isn't it? Maybe they want to have a few extra pints while they're at a great little spot there on the way to the hotel. They can do that. They're not driving, and they have that extra time if they like. Important to know, they'll have the driver available to them 8 hours a day. And the more information you, the trusted travel agent, can provide us at CIE, the better we can wow them with the itineraries. Perhaps they're very athletic. They want to go hiking and biking and really take in Ireland, you know, from the ground on their own. That's fine. We can create some amazing itineraries, giving them those experiences. Perhaps they want to go whale watching, or they just want to have loads of free time. These are all things we can do. If they have a special interest, maybe they're movie buffs, or perhaps they love whiskey. All those little details, again, can really help us wow them with that itinerary that we create. And don't forget, the driver guide is also Blue Badge certified, just like on a guided vacation. And they take a great itinerary and really take it to the next level. They're on the ground every day, so they're going to know all this fantastic spots, the best place to get a bite to eat, where the best session, where the best music will be. It's a wonderful way to explore Ireland, as well as all of Britain. Now, perhaps you have a client and they don't want to travel on a guided vacation, too many people, or whatever it may be. And maybe private driver's not a fit either. Our smaller departures could be a good fit for them. Again, it's a maximum of 26 passengers on board. It's the same large vehicle that I highlighted a few slides ago, very comfortable. And as you can see, for 2018, there are quite a few choices. So I would direct you to either the brochure or website for the actual dates, but a maximum of 26 people. On a regular guided vacation, you're looking at a maximum of 44 passengers on board, but an average of about 36. So 26 people is significantly a smaller group. Now, some of you may have already received our Eastern European piece, which you'll see here. But over the years, CIE has taken our different guided vacations and really grouped them into some beautiful collections. So that Eastern European piece was actually sent out about a week and a half ago. And if you have run out or haven't received any of these 2018 collections, please let me know and I can have some sent to you. They're a great way to inspire your clients quickly. You know, you just grab it and you can know what tours could be a fit for them. Today I'm going to focus on the family guided vacations, 3 brand new vacations that we've rolled out for 2018. Now these depart in the summer months when kids are off from school. And before I go into each one, it's really important for you to note that the adults and kids experience everything together as a family. Sometimes, you know, our competitors might have a family vacation, and the parents might go off and do one thing while the kids are with a babysitter or doing a different activity. Not the case with CIE. They're doing it together as a family. And remember, like all of our guided vacations, we welcome ages 8 and up. We'll start with the Irish Myths and Legends. This is a great vacation, very interactive way to explore Ireland with 4- and 5-star hotels throughout. And really important, you can promote this as a luxury product for the entire family as well. So I'm just going to highlight a few of these fun visits and things they'll do. So on the first day, they're going to arrive and go to their 5-star hotel, and then they'll have the afternoon at leisure. The next day, they'll travel up into Dublin, and they'll have a Viking splash tour of the city by river. It's a fun way to see Dublin. They'll also have a bike ride through famous Phoenix Park, and a lot of fun. After that, they'll have a cooking class and competition as they create their own lunch. You'd be surprised, our clients get really into this. It's a lot of fun, and again, it gets everybody involved. A lot of fun. After that, they'll have something different, actually. They'll hop on a train, and the kids are going to love that. Get on a train and travel south to Cork. They'll get to explore Blarney Castle. Maybe they'll climb up and kiss the Blarney Stone. And then they'll continue on to their 5-star hotel for a barbecue dinner with the group. They'll continue on to the emigration town of Cove, and they'll take a boat ride out to Spike Island. Now, this is a new visit for CIE. Spike Island has been a refuge, a fort, as well as a prison over the years. It not only has excellent coastal views, but a long, interesting history. Clients will have a picnic lunch with their family here. If any of you have been to Cove, perhaps you visited the Titanic experience there, a great visit. When you're standing outside looking out to the water at Titanic, you can actually see Spike Island from there. So Cove has a lot of connections with history, of course. A great little town, harbor town. After that, they'll continue on to another great spot, Kinsale, a personal favorite, where they get some free time in the historic fishing town. Loads of boutiques, tons of shops, art galleries. There's just so much to do here. Pubs, cafes, something for everybody. And we can't talk about Ireland without mentioning the Cliffs of Moher. So yes, they'll get a ferry ride over there to Shannon, over the River Shannon. And yes, a tour of the Cliffs of Moher. But actually, it's not just a visit, but a tour guided by a park ranger. They'll continue on to Galway, and they'll have a guided walking tour of this bustling city. Again, so many shops and pubs and restaurants. On day 6, they'll have a ferry out to the Aran Islands, and they'll visit Inishmore. They'll tour the islands, and they'll also visit Dunangus Fort. On day 7, they'll visit a working farm. This is a lot of fun. They'll have tea and scones, and they'll watch those sheepdogs that were always a big hit. They'll continue on to Limerick, and that night they'll have a guided walking tour along the river, passing King John's Castle as well as the Treaty Stone. They'll end with a farewell dinner. Okay, so remember I had mentioned that on the first day, clients get an afternoon at leisure. This is where they get to have that free afternoon outside of Dublin at the K Club. Just an amazing property. Keep in mind, everybody we're working with on these vacations, family friendly, and very excited to be having CIE work with them. Another welcoming 5-star property. This is located in Cork, and they'll have 2 nights here. Just stunning grounds. My goodness. The gorgeous Glenlow Abbey Hotel. Now, most tours will stay at the Glenlow Abbey Hotel for 2 nights. However, a few departures will stay at a similar property in Galway for the 2 nights. Just depends on which departure date they have. However, no matter when they're traveling, everybody will have dinner here. This is Pullman's Restaurant. They have actual train cars on the hotel grounds. And actually, 2 of these train cars were used in the movie, the original movie, Murder on the Orient Express. So how much fun for the kids to have dinner this way. They'll end things here at the Limerick Strand for 1 night, a very modern, a very welcoming property. So that's the Irish myths and legends. 17 meals, 4 or 5-star hotels throughout. We're going to soldier on here into the English Knights and Wizards. Calling all Harry Potter fans, this could be the vacation for you. Some great visits. So on day 1, they'll kick things off with a private sightseeing tour on an iconic double-decker bus and really get to see the sights of London. Now that'll be followed by a private capsule ride on the London Eye. Day 2 will begin early so they can visit the Tower of London before it opens to the public. I know that we hear the Tower of London. Don't be scared. There is a lot more to that place than the torture in prison. Loads of history there. After that visit, they'll have a guided bike tour with the family. And really important, having these private capsule rides, their own double-decker bus, the Tower of London before it's open to the general public. These are huge. London, like many cities throughout the world, it gets very busy here during those summer months with tourists. So being able to have these experiences without feeling overwhelmed or too crowded is very special, and we're excited to offer that. Now, they'll also have a guided walking tour. You'll see the sights of London made familiar by none other than Harry Potter. Something else very special, they'll have dinner and then take in a show of London's West End. How great to say a family did that together. They'll continue on to Stonehenge and then to the Roman baths as costume characters bring the past to life. They'll continue on to Wales and in Cardiff have a private banquet dinner at Cardiff Castle. They'll drive through beautiful Brecon Beacons National Park, and as they go on through Wales, they'll stop to visit Carnarvon Castle. They'll have a steam train ride through beautiful Snowdonia National Park. Now this scene, it was made popular by Harry Potter, just gorgeous. And what a great way to learn about how people literally carved out a living from the earth, then to go underground into the slate mine. Anytime you get to wear a hard hat on vacation, you are in for some fun, I say. Another great thing they get to do, really extraordinary, a hands-on private falconry experience. After that, it's lunch at a local venue before they visit where Shakespeare was born. So they'll get to explore the museum here, and there will be a theatrical surprise as well. Really neat for kids who are learning about the famous writer to see where he grew up and what life was like back then. And really also very special for adults who might have a different appreciation for his works. This might be one of the highlights of the trip, I'd say. They'll visit the Harry Potter Warner Brothers studio, see movie sets, props, and costumes, all from the movies. And in the afternoon, they'll visit Windsor Castle. They'll have a farewell dinner, which will be followed by a nighttime guided walking tour. A lot of fun. And this is a great time to visit England. You know, we have that royal wedding coming up in May. So really a joyful time to visit that country. So they'll have 2 nights here in London, 1 night in Cardiff. They'll also be staying at the St. George's for 2 nights. Gorgeous. Imagine your clients having breakfast or just having a cup of tea, looking out gorgeous views. 1 night here at the Hallmark. And they'll continue at the McDonald Windsor for 1 night. We do use the McDonald properties quite a bit on our guided vacations, and it's no wonder. Beautiful, excuse me, beautiful modern hotels with very welcoming staff in great locations that really let your clients take advantage of their free time. All right, so one more of our guided vacations for the families, the Scottish Lochs and Castles. This is a great 8-day, 7-night guided vacation. It really should get the whole family excited for Scotland. Again, I'm going to give you a few highlights just to give you an idea of how these tours really engage the entire family. So they'll start out with a tour of Glasgow on the River Clyde by speedboat. They'll also step back in time and explore tall ships. Talk about old and new. Now we have a special tour geared towards kids that really brings Stirling Castle to life. Now this was home to Mary, Queen of Scots. It's a great way for kids to learn about history by being there where it happened. They'll also get to enjoy the Jacobite steam train ride. Again, any Harry Potter fans are going to love that. One of my favorite things, a cruise on Loch Ness and a visit to Urquhart Castle. Great visits with stunning views. So it's really quite fun. You get to visit and explore the ruins of what was once the largest castle in Scotland. After that, you get to walk a few feet and boom, take a cruise on Loch Ness. And honestly, no matter the weather, your clients are going to get stunning pictures. And the kids can watch out for Nessie too. After that, they'll continue up into the Highlands. And yes, they will visit a working farm and see those cute sheepdogs at work. A treasure hunt in their hotel museum with prizes. And then a barbecue dinner. Now this is fun. They actually get to go and enjoy a safari up in the Highlands. It's a really great way to see all the different animals native to Britain. At the Red Deer encounter, they'll learn about Britain's largest native land mammal. They'll have an opportunity to pet, feed, and even get pictures and experience the outdoors with these amazing creatures. And in fact, they will have a forest ranger with them as well, which is a lot of fun. Next, they'll have lunch at Blair Castle. Now, this place dates back 700 years, and it's the only castle with its own private army in Scotland, the Atholl Highlanders. The next day, they'll start off at St. Andrews with tea and sandwiches, and then they'll visit the Royal Yacht Britannia, home to the Queen as she toured the British Empire. Now, if anyone has watched the Netflix show The Crown, then you'll be quite familiar with this ship, loads of history, and how great you get to step right on board. So much fun. Now, the entire family will take in a Scottish evening that night. Loads of fun, singing, dancing, storytelling, and great food. And on day 7, the last day of the tour, it will begin with an early morning visit to Edinburgh Castle. Imagine exploring this incredible site before the crowds gather. It's really special. After that, it's their choice of activities. A free day in town. There's so much to do in Edinburgh. Visit Dynamic Earth, a natural history museum just across from their hotel, or a guided hike up to Arthur's Seat. They'll have a farewell dinner with the group and then embark on a nighttime ghost walking tour, going underneath the city and hearing tales from the past come to life. So a great tour that lets your clients explore the Highlands, learn a bit about history, and have so much fun. And don't forget, certain departures will include the famous Edinburgh military tattoo. They'll have one night here in Glasgow. Again, always good to have an idea of the properties, right? Amazing views of Ballachulish, one night here. Just stunning, that lake and that dramatic mountains behind it. Great way for your clients to have breakfast, I'd say, with those views. Way up in the Highlands, they'll have one night here, a really nice location that sets you up for an easy day of touring and stunning grounds. And another incredible property in Pitlochry, 2 nights here at Atholl Palace Hotel. Your clients will feel like royalty after staying here. And another great McDonald's property, very welcoming hotel. Just the location couldn't be any better. Just down the street from the Royal Mile, 2 nights here in Edinburgh. So again, 17 meals on this one. The family will be doing everything together. So much fun to be had. If you have clients that are interested, please don't wait, as it is selling up rather quickly. Now, speaking of things selling up quickly, we talked about groups, and a group with CIE would be 10 or more people. Right now is a great time to do a group with CIE. We're offering a $500 booking bonus on our vacations that you see online or in the brochure, which means 53 choices, by the way. Give us 10 or more passengers, and we will give you that $500 booking bonus. Not only that, but 5% early commitment benefit for your clients. That's great, as long as they get their names and deposits in by the different dates that we give you, and they can get 5% off, a huge savings. As always, $10 off for each name that you book online. You can share that with your clients or keep that savings for yourself, whatever you like. And they are still working their way towards their freeze as they book their passengers. And of course, for you, that $500 booking bonus and your normal commission. If you've never done a group with CIE, now is a great time to give it a try. 10 or more people, $500 booking bonus. Now, this promotion is valid until March 17th. You must be quoted by March 17th to take advantage of this. And we really hope that you do. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me or your BDMs, because we have you covered across the U.S. as well as Canada. 14 business development managers, and they can do so much for you. Irish chats, travel chats, a great way to educate and excite your clients about the destinations we can bring them to. Group presentations, need a little help, a little support promoting and selling that group? Don't be shy, your BDM can certainly assist you with that. Or perhaps they're already ready to go, they're confirmed, paid in full, but you want a little special touch. We can look into doing a documents party with you as well. We also have our dedicated reservation staff. We're actually just outside the door where I'm at in Morristown, New Jersey. About half of them born and educated in Ireland. Everyone true Irish and British experts. And I didn't update my slide, but for the next few weeks, we'll actually be open on Sundays, 10 to 3 Eastern Standard Time, just to help you, our travel agent partners, get through this busy time with CIE. Again, if you're not sure who your BDM is, feel free to reach out to me and I can certainly introduce you. And as always, our contact information is here for you, but also available on the website and in the brochures. All right, Kara, I have finished everything. I know it was a lot. Do we have any questions or comments?
We do. Thank you so much, Jerry. It looks like we have a few questions coming in. So what is the minimum number of guests to set up something?
And so if it's private driver, we can actually do minimum of 1 person for private driver, believe it or not. Private driver, 1 to 9 passengers. A group would be 10 or more people at CIE. Now, let's say your group happens, it falls below 10. It might affect the price, but, we can look into it and see if it can still depart. If it's under 10 people, you would go through general reservations.
Okay, thank you so much. Looks like we have a couple comments. Lots of the travel agents are absolutely loving this, and they are wondering about travel agent rates.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So in order to look into that, I believe it is 30% off the guided vacations, and it is a different discount for the self-drive. And in order to get that for them, we would, of course, need their IATA handy when we start that booking for them. Of course, please let our reservation staff know that the booking would be for you when they start doing things up, and have that IATA handy for them. Another important thing to mention, Kara, would be our Travel Agent Resource Center. So on CIETours.com, many of you are probably familiar. You can actually log in, and there are a few modules there, great ways to learn about the destination. But we have begun doing different drawings with people who have completed our training courses and awarding them prizes. So that's a lot of fun if you're not aware of that.
Thank you so much, Sherry. And where would travel agents be able to go in order to get brochures? That same portal that you were just speaking of, or is there a way that they can get them sent to them?
Yeah, great question. You can try and go through that portal. You can email me or reach out to your BDM, and we can also send that to you as well.
Thank you so much. And it looks like we have a viewer who is wondering who their BDM in the San Francisco Bay Area would be.
Oh, that's great. So that's going to be Bonnie Garrett. Bonnie Garrett, Garrett. If you like, Kara, that person, if they want, they can email me, and I can introduce them via email with Bonnie, and also give them all of her contact details.
So it looks like we have a couple more questions coming in looking for direct BDMs. So would you just recommend that they would email you in order to get set up with their BDM, or is there a location where they could go to find these BDMs themselves?
And I believe it is on the website for the travel agents, but it's probably a bit faster if they want to just shoot me a quick email. I can do a little intro and get things moving for them.
Well, thank you, Jerry. I know that our agents would definitely appreciate that.
Sure.
Okay, so other than questions about BDMs and brochures, I think that we are all set. Thank you, Jerry, for such an informative presentation. As I had mentioned to everyone, this webinar was being recorded, so if you would like to listen to this presentation, it will be available early next week on our YouTube channel. Once again, thank you, Jerry, and to all of you who have joined us for today's webinar. This will conclude today's presentation, and we hope that you all have an absolutely wonderful day.
Thanks, Kara. Bye, everybody.
Bye, Jerry. Thank you.